Welcome to Agents and Owners Chit Chat, where we talk to local superheroes, hear how they got their start, overcame obstacles, and how they use social media to achieve their goals. For agent and owner social media tips, please visit www.gladmash.com. Here's this week's episode.
Shiba, how are you?
Hey, I'm great. How about yourself?
Everything's excellent. So I'm happy to have you on. We talk to a lot of agents, obviously in the real estate business. Primarily, we're talking to agents a lot over and over again. And Shiba, the reason I wanted to get you on is because you actually represent a different part of the industry, finance. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yep, I'm the lender. I'm where the money resides, like the saying goes.
There you go. We appreciate it. So we have a few questions for you. I'm sure the audience is very interested. And first and foremost, right out the gate, Homeownership is popping is the name of your company. So tell us a little bit about that, but don't forget to include how you came up with such a fantastic name. We love it. It definitely rings a bell around here.
Right. So Homeownership is popping was always my hashtag, even when I worked in corporate America. It was just something that I started branding, letting people know that homeownership is popping, literally. So as I began to begin this journey for entrepreneurship, I said to myself, what would make people remember me? What would make me and my name jump up off a page of 50 different lenders or ads that go up and down Facebook, Instagram, billboards, business cards, or whatever? What would make people think about me, good or bad? They always say any press is good press.
Good press, yes,
so,
ma'am.
I thought about that and I was like, well, I already got that hashtag. Let's make it a company. So that's why I went with it. And I get, maybe 90-10, 90% love the name, 10% probably look at it like it's comical or commercial.
Right.
But for the most part, it worked. I have had account executives call me and say, your business name just popped off the page. I had to call you. I had to see what was going on. I had to see what's popping. And, so I absolutely love it. I'm never ashamed, never embarrassed to be like, hey, name my company is Homeownership is Poppin' Mortgage Company. So that was the number one thing I thought about for branding.
No, it's awesome, and we appreciate you being courageous enough to go out there on a limb, even with the 10% that said they didn't like it or thought that it was just too far out of this world. I love it. It's easy to remember, and more importantly, from a marketing standpoint, like it's unique. So when we Google you from a branding perspective, if we're looking for you on, Facebook or Instagram, like I said before, Google or Bing or Yahoo, you're going to come up first as soon as we put in Homeownership is Popping. So you spoke a little bit about branding. Just knowing you personally, one thing that I admire about you too is, you're not afraid when it comes to personal branding. You wear a lot of bright colors and things that might not be traditional. So talk a little bit about that, and how did you, decide to step out, especially, in corporate America nowadays. For us, like, they want us to be as conservative as possible and not really represent our own style. So tell me a little bit about how you found the courage to just break out and do your own thing.
So I've always been live on the edge, do my own thing type person. So even back when I was in college, I had a ton of tattoos. And that was one of the things when I entered corporate America, they were always frowned against. I always had to put makeup on it because I got one on my hand. So I always had to put makeup on it, cover it up, wear blazers to, cover it up. And I worked for this one big, huge lender based out of Charlotte, and the big executives and the CEO of the company, they all were tatted up. They had tattoos all on their arm sleeves. There were t-shirts, there were jeans, and they just like, I'm just going to be me. People either going to like me or they're going to hate me, but I'm going to be me. And that's what it is about me. If I stand in a line with 5 lenders, all different colors, shapes, ages, sizes, whatever, I want to be the one that stand out. You'll never catch me in a traditional black suit. You're going to catch me in the loudest color that they make. Because in a room of 500, I want to be the one that you look at and remember that stands out. I got pictures from a conference I attended in Vegas. It was probably over 1,400 women in this conference. And the pictures that started rolling, professional pictures, you look around the room, you see them in this bright pink suits. And I'm like, look, I stand out. I'm just not, the
You're
little black
popping.
girl in the room is
Right.
popping.
Right.
And, it starts a conversation. So no matter where I'm going, what I'm doing, what type of event, I'm going to make sure I'm dressed to the T. So people come to me, oh, I like your earrings. Oh, I like your suit. Oh, I like your shoes. That starts the conversation. Hey, I'm Shiba. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, what you do. Go. So it's just a way of being the loudest in the room without saying a word.
I love it. That's free advertising right there, just to stand out. And you're doing it on your own. You're not, you look comfortable, you seem comfortable. And what I love about what you said too, is a conversation starter. So sometimes people might look at people in the finance industry as being too edgy or too, not really edgy, but pushy and unapproachable, where you seem warm and inviting. So you're living your brand, you're on your color schemes with the pop-in colors. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
you got it.
Even walking into a bank right now, and I have no concern about going into a bank, but even me at my age, even in my profession, I walk in a bank, as soon as I open the door, I still get nervous. It's
really? Okay.
Oh my God, nerves come on. I'm talking to these people about my money.
Right, of course.
To apply for something. And so I can imagine someone that's not as confident as me walking into the bank and the nerves they get, or applying for a loan. So I want to be that down to earth, sister, cousin, friend, neighbor, whatever it may be. I'm regular. So, when it comes to this financing part, purchasing a house is one of the biggest purchases that you will make as a person. So why not make it comfortable? Why not be able to ask me questions? I joke all the time. I'm like your attorney. You have to tell me everything so I know how to defend you against the underwriter, or I know how to present the best case for you to help you get this home. So I give comfortability. I'm professional, don't get me wrong, but I'm also going to lean back. I'm also going to talk to you in terms that you understand what we got going on. I can recite and quote all of the big fancy terms, but why? Most people don't understand what I go through. I'll talk to you like you my sister, and then turn around and talk to the underwriter like I'm, the CEO of Homeownership is popping. So you got to wear many hats. And so if I make my customer feel comfortable, hold their hand, be able to listen, know what it is that I can do to help them or what needs they have, it makes the process so much easier.
Yeah, I love it. You're definitely relatable. And like you said too, like when you're talking to an attorney or somebody in finance or somebody in banking, as a consumer myself, it could be intimidating, hearing all the fancy jargon and the acronyms, and, consumers don't speak acronyms or jargon. So being approachable, relatable, I'm sure is winning you clients and keeping you clients. And more importantly, you're probably getting a lot of referrals or people recommending you to other loved ones or people at church or wherever in the community saying, hey, you know what, call Shiba. She's going to break it down for you. She's going to get the job done. She's going to be professional, but she's going to be relatable. So on it. So quick question about marketing. So you started your own thing. You left corporate. And one of the things that I also recognized about you is the fact that you've been spending money on advertising. So initially in our first meeting, from a photography standpoint, we walked outside, your car is wrapped. So you have branding on the car. I know recently you got a billboard. So congratulations. So talk to me about, money spent on advertising. Why are you making decisions to spend money to advertise your brand?
So to be honest with you, it's not even about me. It's about my company. I have 4 other loan officers that work in my office. And although we all originate and people can think we all are competitors, we're not. I am trying to be proof to them that it's possible, proof to them that the level that I'm on is attainable in 1 year. So the one thing that I've always liked is seeing a wrapped car. Cars pass by me and it's a moving billboard. It's a moving advertisement. I drive it everywhere. I pick the ugliest, quirkiest car possible to wrap, so it catches everyone's attention. But that was something with minimum investment, and it has just produced an enormous outcome. So I love my little car. I tell people all the time, you'll see me in that 6 out of 7 days of the week, because it's parked at Kroger. I come out, someone's taking a picture of it. It's parked at Walmart, and I come out and they're looking at it, or they say, "Oh, this is you." I get the most business from the post office, and I used to be nervous and would let them take the picture and walk away. Now I come out, card in hand, what's going on, you want to be a homeowner, give us a call. But I do all of this branding, yes, for me, but for my loan officers. I want to be the lender that you go to when you're thinking about purchasing, refinancing, heck, renting, investing, whatever it is. I want people to know that there's an alternative, a person that's just like you that can help you make this purchase, or, you know, buy the first time or the second or the third time or whatnot. So to me, before I was strictly just doing social media, Facebook, because I'm not huge on Instagram. I got to get Instagram out. But Facebook was more so my sphere of influence, my circle of excellence. It was, you know, my family, my friends, people I've known all my life, people I encountered into once I dived into sales. So it was really them. So once I started recycling them and did everything with them, now it's time for me to branch out. So I have 5 billboards. I have 1 in Georgia and 4 in Tennessee, because that's where I'm from. So I'm trying to expand into Tennessee to get up in Memphis and get Nashville and Chattanooga and, you know, all of those cities up there, just to let people know, hey, you got an alternative. It doesn't always have to be the Bank of America's or the Chase or the Quicken Loans who they see on TV. So I brand like I'm a real estate agent. That's the one thing that I've always saw. They get out there, you see their face, they show their closings, they dance in their closings. And 3 years ago, kind of want to say I was one of the first lenders that came to every closing, that had the key, that did boomerangs, that, you know, posted my buyer, funded their loan, and now you see it everywhere. So, you know, it was just get out there, meet people, name recognition, show them who you are. A lot of times I don't meet my buyer until the closing table.
Of course.
And then especially with COVID, it you know,
it got harder. It got harder.
Right. So, you know, sometimes they can't pick up on my personality on the phone. So I have to meet them in person and say, hey, I'm real. Here I go.
Yep, exactly.
But branding is number one, because when Facebook and Instagram and all of that went down, I still had my car. I still had my billboard.
Right. Now, smart. We appreciate it. So you're definitely a trendsetter. You know, obviously right now on social media, the real estate agents and people and just the real estate market, we do see the keys and the boomerang. So again, thanks for being a trendsetter for sure. So you've been doing this for over 18 years. You know, I checked you out, read up on you on the website. So tell me a little bit about the struggles that you had, you know, just coming up in the industry. You know, started in finance in college, right? And then came up and eventually you own your own business right now. So what are some of the struggles that you had for anybody that's listening that wants to branch out on their own thing? And it doesn't have to be finance. If you're just trying to start your own business, right? You know, what did it take for you to finally, you know, leave corporate America and say, hey, I want to branch out on my own? And number 2, what struggles did you have?
So the struggles that I had is respect. I'll just say that. The industry that I'm in,
talk to me about that.
Male dominated, and then it's also non-African American industry. We're less than 5% of African American in this business, and probably less than 1% female. So it took a lot of courage. I got squeezed out of corporate America. So I was closing loans and doing good, but my branch wanted a male to lead the branch. So I decided, it's like, hey, I'm gonna step down. I want to focus more on myself, focus more on just like, well, when we find a replacement, we'll figure something out. Well, he got offered a way better deal than me. He got offered way more money than me. And then I was expected to train him to take my spot. So they say God will make you uncomfortable when it's time to move. And I started getting uncomfortable. I left with a little money saved. I left with not knowing how, why, or what, but I left with that little bitty faith that God was going to take care of me. And that's what I did. I just jumped. Today actually makes 1 year that I was licensed as a company. So today is big.
Look at that. Congratulations. Yeah, there you go. 1 year anniversary. Perfect timing for the podcast.
Timing, yes. But it was hard. You know, I had to get in here every day. I come to work every day. I'm usually the first one here. I'm usually the last one that leaves. I take a ton of vacations to clear my mind because the job is
Got to.
stressful. But I never go anywhere without my laptop because you never know what's going to come or what's going to happen. Of course, sir. So I'm a 24/7 worker, but I work my business as if I'm a worker and not the owner, because I roll my sleeves up and know that if no one else does it, I have to do it. And yes, I started in this industry 18 years ago. I graduated college in 2002. Yeah, 2002. Yep. And had a finance degree, but no idea what I wanted to do in life. I didn't know what a mortgage was. My parents had a mortgage. Right. We had a house. I didn't know if we rented, they paid the mortgage. I didn't know any of that. Even in college, that's something they don't teach is homeownership. No one ever told me about being a loan officer, being a mortgage processor, being a mortgage underwriter. Those are careers no one tells you about. There's people in my industry right now that makes $1 million a year. And they probably work way less hours than a 40-hour work week. Don't get me wrong. A lot of the times we work over that, but it's so rewarding because our job isn't consistently at a desk. We're at closings, we're at functions, we're at dinner, we're at parties. So all of that stuff going to it, but it's a very lucrative business that no one talks about. So I stumbled upon this job 18 years ago. They had a job fair down at the AU Center. And I just went with my resumes, just passed them out. And one of the ladies, she was standing there representing a company, and she said, "I like your suit. You look really nice."
Look at that.
We started talking, handed her my resume. About 2 weeks later, she called me.
She called.
Interview, introduced the company. They were doing like a university. It was with Cross Country Mortgage. Countrywide Mortgage.
Countrywide, okay.
Said, hey, we'll fly you out to Texas. We'll teach you from the bottom up everything about the mortgage industry. I was like, okay, you're paying me a salary. They gave me a car. They gave me a corporate card. And I've been in it ever since. So I've learned every aspect of the business, and just decided in 2016 that I wanted to get out of the operations side and into sales. So I didn't get licensed as a loan officer until 2016, and here we are, 2021. So there you go.
Right. Now I can imagine sales is definitely, the exciting side of the business. And sometimes people are a little scared, especially if they've been doing operations for a while, because, operations is back of the house. You're not as forward facing, but, when you're a business owner, learning sales, and obviously the way you've engulfed marketing, also helps you acquire those new leads. And when it comes down to talking about your own business, no one is going to do it better than you. So yeah, we appreciate that for sure. So let's go back just a little bit, just a couple more questions for you. So it's now 18 years later. If you could go back to your first year and talk to Shiba that just graduated college, jumping in, what's one bit of advice that you would give your younger self?
I told my younger self to stop being scared. I was so comfortable with getting a paycheck every 2 weeks. I had kids. I had a broken marriage. So I started over in life 5 times. So I would have told myself a long time ago, take the chance. Stop, my kid, when we moved back down to Georgia, I was living on the south side, but working on the north side. So I spent an hour and a half
just commuting,
going to work, and then an hour coming back. So I was missing so much of my children's lives. So couldn't do Thanksgiving lunch, couldn't do, muffins with mom, whatever it was. And that ate me up because my family is 2 hours away. So I would have definitely told myself, hey, go for it. Get into sales right now. Back when the rebound hit back in 2007.
That was early.
I wish I'd have got into sales on that
sales
side.
Earlier.
I was supporting other loan officers, and the amount of money that they made back then, I would probably be retired right now. So, go sooner. Stop second guessing yourself and stop being comfortable with that paycheck, because that security blanket at any moment can get snatched from you. They will replace you so fast. Before you put it around, they've replaced.
Everybody's replaceable. Yep. So jump in earlier. All right. So one last question for you, Shiba. So obviously we have a lot of agents and owners listening, but right now home ownership is literally popping, right? So when you're on social media, I love to see young people, middle-aged people, older people buying houses and celebrating the fact that home ownership is a vibe, right? So for anybody listening that's thinking about getting into a new home or buying a home, obviously they're going to go through their agent, but from a finance standpoint, before they come and talk to you, because I want everybody to come out and reach out to you, what are 2 or 3 tips that you give to potential new homeowners today? 2 or 3 tips to kind of, get ready to buy their first house in the next 6 months. What would you tell them?
So the first thing I would say is call me.
Okay, there you go.
You can view 100 houses. You can talk about 100 houses, but nothing will move without the money. So you start with the money, in my personal opinion. The agent, and shout out to all my agents, they're going to simply ask you a couple of questions and then refer you to the lender. So why not already be prepared?
Start with that.
Start with that. Make sure that you have all your documentation together. That's your pay stubs, that's your bank statements, that's your addresses, that's your W-2. So everything for the last 24 months. 24 is the special number. Just make sure you got those documents together. Okay. Home ownership can be quick, but it's not something you can just decide and wake up, oh, I want to buy a house today. You got to prepare yourself, because there is money. There is no loans out there that you can get and walk in the door without a single dollar out of your pocket. If that was the case, everyone would be a homeowner. So you have to mentally prepare yourself. Make a sacrifice for 6 months. Either don't take that trip, don't buy that purse, don't drink that coffee every day. So you can have a nest egg, because once you get in a house, our goal is making sure you stay in that house. And we'll keep the foreclosure rate down. So to reiterate, call me first.
That's number one. That's number one, right?
Let's see, let's see what your goals are. Let's see, your timeline. Let's talk about your credit. Let's talk about your finances. And then let's establish your plan to get you there in 6 months.
Right. Awesome. We appreciate it. So Shiba, home ownership is popping. How can people get in touch with you if they want to make that first step and call you?
So you can always look me up on all socials, either Shiba Robinson or Homeownership is Popping. I got #HILP Mortgage, #Homeownership is Popping, #The Fun Lender, because that's what I am. We have fun over here. Our office number is 678-545-2565. And then my email address is shiba@hilpmtgco.com. So any of those ways you can get it. If you type into Google, Homeownership is Popping, will come right up. All our contact information is right there. Read all of our 5-star Google reviews, so you can see I'm just not talking it, that we actually do it.
Live it.
And we're here to help you.
Awesome. Appreciate you. All right, folks. Agents and Owners Chit Chat today with Shiba Robinson of Home Ownership is Popping. You've been great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
You got it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. Agents and Owners Chit Chat is produced by Gladmash. To be featured or sponsored, or to sign up for Agents and Owners free social media tips, please visit www.gladmash.com.